Open up my side of conviction. I don't need convincing that you're the type of man that does my dishes. Cooks up in the kitchen, said he needs permission to lick up on this, getting comfortable with space and distance. I don't need no words made for twisting. I don't owe you anything with God as my witness. Cause you can still be good to me without any intentions. But I know you plotting on my pussy, but you'll never get it. Cause I don't need you. Need you. I don't need you. Need you. I don't need you, brother, you can leave. Not playing hard to get, I wear my heart up on my sleeve. Open up my mind to show you what I mean. Imagine life without me now, just tell me who's in need. Indeed, you use me like a crutch and then you follow when I leave. Disabled your emotions like a child, yeah, you scream. Them crocodile tears won't put you back up on my team. You're comfy in the nest, I crack my eggs and spread my wings. Cause I don't need you. Need you. Oh, I don't need you. Need you. And I know that you want to be my boo. Attracted to my hustle and the dreams that I pursue. But you won't fuck me up, I made a name for Cree Adu. Stop acting like I need you when you know I don't need you. Ooh, and I know that you want to be my boo. Attracted to my hustle and the dreams that I pursue. But you won't fuck me up, I made a name for Cree Adu. Stop acting like I need you when you know I don't need you, little boo. Oh, I don't need you. Need you. Oh, I don't need you. Need you. This song is dedicated to all the quote-unquote good men who think they're entitled to a woman's pussy or time because they're a good man. I just want to say one thing to you guys. Fuck y'all.
Few more steps. Y'all already know what it is. It's the Proof in the Pudding podcast show. I'm your host for the evening. I go by the name of Sion919, and I'm excited tonight. Hey, yo, for real, I want everybody to tune in, to tell a friend, because we got a femc all the way from the Shy doing big things. That was her song right there, her single, I Don't Need You. So without any further ado, I'm about to bring her to the stage, y'all. This is Cree Adu. What's the deal?
Hey. Thanks for having me. Shit, just chilling.
All right, yo, I'm definitely excited about you being here, yo. So that was the new single right there.
Yes,
I Don't Need You. Right, right. So, yo, so tell me what inspired that song.
Well, I would say about a year and a half ago, going on 2 years ago, probably now, I was sitting in the basement of my house. I was renting a house out in the Heights, and at the time, and sitting in my basement cleaning up, and I heard this beat, the doom, 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 and I was waiting on my best friend, shout out Leah Divine, to come over my house so we can roll a little some, smoke and do some spring cleaning type shit.
Okay.
And I just started thinking, like, I don't need this shit. I don't need to clean. I don't need to do shit today. Like, and that's how it started. I don't need this. And then by the time she got to my house, I had a whole first verse and chorus done of the Need You. It was called I Don't Need You at first, but then I thought just saying Need You would make it a little bit more interesting because do I or don't I?
Right. I feel you on that. That's dope. Yeah. So let's take it back to the beginning.
Okay.
For the people that may not be familiar with Cree Adu, where you from?
I'm from Chicago. I claim Southside Chicago, Chicago Heights area, Trojan Nation. I Basically grew up in the south end of Chicago, all through the city and all through the burbs, staying with Granny on 97th and then going back home to my daddy house on Normal. So that's just where I'm from. And then from there, my both of my parents basically are definitely into music. My dad, he was the biggest music head you can ever meet. To this day, his
Right.
favorite like group is Wu-Tang. Like I just posted him a video today of him
Wow.
with, holding his Wu-Tang shirt, like
Right.
careful's
Right.
everything around me, cream, like
Get the
going
money.
right, dollar bills in his
Right.
lip. So
Right.
that was what I heard all growing up. And he used to take me to Radio Shack and have me look through all the CDs, and that's when the CDs was in the. It would be the CD, then they have
Right.
the clear case with the little handle, so you can
Right.
flip through them, you know. And I would just be so amazed with looking at MC Light and Moni in the middle, in the
Oh
middle,
wow.
what Moni in the middle. Like I was listening to that shit hard, like
Wow.
ooh, these they
That real
cold,
hip hop. Right. Right.
right? And and then it spread into my personal life of I would be around the house and then I'd turn off the music and my parents were rapping with each other, sitting in
Wow.
an extra room we had in our house. We had like a ranch style home, 3 bedrooms, but me and my sister are so small we could fit in one room. Parents had one room, and then my daddy had this music room because he's in a house full of girls,
Right. So
and
yeah.
you know, right, he
Right.
needed his little escape.
Right.
So that was his music room, but it ended up basically being the family room because he had a whole studio set up in there for a minute, and he would
Wow.
just burn tapes, and I would hear my daddy rapping in the kitchen and my mama rapping. And to this day, like they're both cold. My dad is a genius with the lyrical bars, in my opinion.
Wow.
Um, I'm blessed that they sacrificed a lot so that I could get into the arts, you
Right.
know?
Right.
Yeah, so from there, that's basically where my basis was. It's just in my blood.
Yeah. I feel you on that. So when they first found out that you rap, what was their reaction?
Well, that's crazy because my grandma, she grew me up in the church, really
Right.
heavy. So when I started music, I started playing instruments first. I played the piano and then a array of other instruments. And
Right.
I ended up, my dad put me in lessons for a while, and I ended up joining a band
Wow.
and playing in the church. I praise dance, I was in the choir. So I was rapping on the side, like always writing raps on the side. And no one knew because I was in church a lot, and it just wasn't
Right.
as what my parents or what my grandparents would think is appropriate for me to be saying.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
I tried every time I did spoken word or rapping as a younger person in front of other people, I never cursed because I
Right.
was so afraid that my dad was going to see me and be like disappointed in me, or my mom was going to pop me in the lip or something like that.
Right.
But then eventually I got into middle school and I had a teacher. Her name is Miss Mitchell. She was an English teacher. She told me like, your words are so dope. I read your
Right.
journals every day. You need to do something with this.
Wow.
So she started getting me into like spoken word. And
Right.
eventually I started competing for myself, and I did a lot of in the bomb Chicago. Just being exposed into that atmosphere and that environment, it makes you want to become a better artist, it makes you want to
Right.
expand yourself. And it wasn't until I sat down and was like, okay, I never thought that I had the image to be a rapper. So I didn't call myself one for such a long time. I was
Wow.
saying I was a singer, I was an R&B singer, an artist.
Right.
It wasn't until I sat down and really looked at myself and said, you're selling yourself short by not
Right.
giving yourself that brand, because no one's going to look at you and hear that and say that that's R&B. That's hip
Right.
hop. That's rap.
Right.
You got to embrace yourself. So it was a big battle of insecurity on what I felt a female rapper looked like. Because then again, you had Lil
Right.
Kim and you have Nicki
Right.
Minaj and all these strong women who have this hard ass, you know. And I'm kind of a cinnamon bun, so
Wow.
I'm real chill. I'm real laid back. I'm kind of a cinnamon, like a little mama a little bit, so in
Right.
that aspect. So it was really hard for me to adapt that and to really admit to myself that I was a rapper, you know. And
Nah,
once
that's
I did
interesting.
that, I broke free of that, and I just been writing ever since. And they found out when my parents didn't even know I was doing spoken word competitions.
Wow.
I'm trying to think. Oh, they're gonna see this. They
Right.
found they found out when I told my dad I wanted to get into the studio,
Right.
and he was like, "What?" And I rapped something for him, and he was like, "Jazzy." Oh, I rapped. I fell apart. Open up your eyes, you can see it in the dark. Lights on. I'm alive now. We're talking about my heart, and maybe weaker than my pride, but it's racing off the charts with your Nikes laced on. Yeah, you're running on my mind, man. It must be crazy thinking about you all the time. Snap, snap back to focus. Like, wait. And he was like, that shit is cold. You
Right,
need to
right,
get in
right.
the studio. And so it was just a growth from there of a lot of love and support on that aspect. And I really thank God for that, because I don't think I'd been able to be in a atmosphere of creativity if I didn't feel that free.
Nah, that's a fact right there. And that's
Mm-hmm.
definitely because the opinions of others, it definitely shapes who we become. So let me
Mm-hmm.
ask you, in the beginning, when you were finding your identity,
Mm-hmm.
what were some of the adversities and insecurities that you had to deal with?
The adversities and insecurities of myself is just knowing the persona I displayed to my family and friends versus who I felt I was inside. I
Right.
was very much a nerd in school, like very much not wearing name brands, always reading a book. In every club, I was student council president every year. Like I was
Wow.
involved. I was in drama club. I was in choir. I wasn't someone that was, I knew everybody and I was okay with everyone and I was cool and nice, but I wasn't someone who had any type of personality that would display themselves as what I felt a rapper, a female rapper displays and what she
Right.
stands for. Such a powerful force. I didn't feel that about myself. I
Right.
thought I was more of a, let me play the sideline character. And I always knew I was a leader. I always knew that I didn't follow what anybody else thought about me, but I thought that about me. So
Right.
that was the biggest thing of gaining my confidence, of looking in the mirror and saying, like, okay, Jasmine Cree, like, this is you. This is who you are. You have to really embrace yourself and accept that. And, it was just, I never got bullied in school. I don't want
Right.
to put that on. That never happened to me. I was just a nerd. Like,
Wow.
so I never seen a nerd get up and start rapping unless it was a man,
Right.
and that's no influence for me.
Yo, that's dope right there.
Yeah.
And we got a comment saying coolest rapper I know.
Hey,
So
thank you so much. Thank you.
so so let me ask you, making the transition. So when you say nerd, you mean like you had good grades, you was always on
Mm-hmm.
top of things.
Yeah.
Do you think that plays a part with the wordplay? Because a lot of times it's like
Mm.
people may be limited with their vocabulary. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. When I first started rapping, I
Mm-hmm.
was like the 1+1. I didn't have complex bars.
Okay.
So people that know me back in the beginning,
Cat
I
in the
used to
hat
walk
type deal.
right. So I used to
Okay.
walk around with a dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
And people would, yo, why do you got the dictionary all the time? Because I wanted to broaden my words, my
Right.
wordplay. So being
Yes.
that it came natural for you, being in the different clubs and being good in school, do you think that helped you with the wordplay and putting the bars together and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think actually it's a 50-50. Like, you can always teach someone how to play, but if you got natural talent, you already 3 steps ahead of the game.
Right,
I definitely know I have natural talent. I'm not cocky about it. I'm a very humble person.
right,
But at the same time, I do believe, yes, me always reading, me always understanding different concepts, me being more into, I carried a dictionary around with myself too, but I would sit
wow,
and I would think of look at new words I didn't know and say,
right,
okay, how can you use this word today? And like, I was kind of a know-it-all little bitch.
wow.
and
Right, right,
and I can admit that about myself. And learning that about myself helps me laugh at myself, which makes me, I feel, a better rapper. But I do think it's like 50% I don't know, because I feel like you don't need any education to rap. You don't
right.
need to know any words. You can, it just depends on what you believe that lyricism is. But I'm fortunate enough to say that I think it's 50% the education too.
That's dope, yo, and
Mm.
that's a powerful thing. So let's take it back to the beginning, the early days.
Okay.
So now you're making a transition from spoken word.
Okay.
Now you're becoming a rapper.
Right.
You do the session with your dad.
Yeah.
What happens next?
Um, well, I didn't put anything out there. I
Wow.
was so upset with how I went into the studio and knew nothing, knew how to do nothing. Like,
Right.
okay, do I talk into this mic, or do I never been in the environment where it was just me in that booth by myself. There was no
Right.
coach. There was no vocal teacher to hold my diaphragm and tell me to breathe. There was nobody doing counts for me. And now it was just me and this fucking music. And I was freezing and I wasn't putting on the creativity and putting on my hat, the hat you
Right.
wear when you in the booth. That
Right.
I hadn't even bought the hat yet. I didn't even know there was a hat for that outfit. I
Right.
was just not accessorized at all.
Wow.
So I was very scared and so insecure with that actual song, that it's called Dang. I
Okay.
was so insecure with that, and I literally still have the original recording on my phone. I listened to it for inspiration.
Right.
Um, that I didn't put it out there. I had showed a couple of people who I would say I considered other artists in my immediate circle at school, and I
Right.
didn't get good feedback. They're
Oh,
like,
wow.
"Oh, lyrically, you're amazing, but the quality of the music is bad. The recording sounds horrible. You need to do this." And I'm like, "I'm not a producer.
Right.
I just went and we paid this guy." Like,
Right.
so it was very discouraging because I didn't know how to fix that problem. If you were to tell me, "Oh, I feel like you need to, add more harmony to your chorus line," I can say, "Okay,
Right.
check, I'm about to go do that shit." But you're
Right.
telling me things that I have no idea even existed. So I'm like, okay, I've heard about all of this stuff and soundboarding at church. So I was
Right.
trying to work on my own, do this on my little iPod, and it just wasn't working. So it discouraged me so much that I just kept writing every day. I knew, okay, just stick to what you know, stick to what you know, and save your money. I picked up 2 jobs. I was working at Odyssey Phone World, if anybody knows
Wow.
where that is at, in Tinley Park, Illinois. I was working
Wow.
there. I was working at the Chicago Heights Library, and I was in high school trying to save up all my money to get into a real studio. I
Right.
didn't know where I was going to find the studio. I had no connects. I had nobody to call. I had no idea. I just thought, okay, well, I think I got to save up like $500. So I gave myself that mentality to do it. I gave myself, okay, this is what you have to get done. And I kept writing literally every single day. I have so many composition notebooks of writing.
Wow.
And that's what helped me kind of develop further. And then it just was a really long time. It was a lot of trial and error of me recording at home and then going to record in other people's studios at their houses, friends of
Right.
mine who I'm so blessed to have those experiences with them.
Right.
Um, but it was all sucked. It all sucked. The
I mean,
sound
it was
was,
learning. Yeah, it was a learning curve.
it was literally the learning curve for me. Yeah, for real.
Okay, so let me ask you, yo, when you
Mhm.
first started, what program did you first start with? Do you remember?
Okay, PreSonus.
PreSonus.
I actually have the original PreSonus sticker on my laptop. You can't even see
Wow.
right down here in the corner, right there.
Wow.
Right here.
Yeah, right at the bottom. Wow, yo. So,
Yeah.
okay, so now were you doing it yourself? Were you engineering it yourself, or was your dad helping you, or
No, my dad was not helping me. he was. He said, "Okay, I drove you to the studio. That's all you get out
that's
of
all you're gonna
me."
get? That's
And it's because he has all this faith in me as an artist that I thought he was being hard on me, but
right,
really he would literally make me sit down at the kitchen table and rap out loud. He's like, "I don't care if it's cussing in it, anything. Rap this
right.
out loud, but I don't want you to look at it. I need you to rap this to me out loud and not look at it." And that's what
Wow,
made me better. But that's besides doing that on the weekends. Like he's like, unless I gotta drive you, and now I have my own car and license at this point. I'm driving
right.
myself.
Wow,
So as long as someone's there that he knows, or I'm gonna be there during daylight hours, he was very strict. He had to meet
right.
everybody I was with. He had to go
I
everywhere
mean,
I was. I
definitely.
mean, yeah. So, but besides that, no, I had no help. I was trying not to ask for help. Honestly, that's my fault. I didn't even
Right,
ask for it. I acted like I knew what I was doing and failed for a long time. So,
wow.
lesson in that: ask for help if you need it.
Nah, that's a fact right there. But one of the
Mm-hmm.
things is, even being an artist myself, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times when up and coming artists and they come to us and they say, "Yo, we wanna rap and we want to do things." The best way to learn is experience.
Mm-hmm.
So your dad, he took you to the school of hard knocks, but
Love
it's
you too,
either
Mom.
sink or swim because you gotta want it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the thing about it is you didn't give up. You kept going.
I did though for a while. I will
Wow.
admit, I have. I love you too, Teddy. I have an amazingly talented group of friends. I think that God works in such mysterious ways,
Right.
and I was blessed to have met literally walking legends in my eyes musically
Wow.
around me growing up in high school. And so seeing all these people so naturally talented and it's effortless for them to sing, rap, dance all at one time,
Right.
you if you're not 100% right here, you're going to feel lesser than them
Right.
regardless of what they're telling you or what they truly think about you, because all of these people saw me as equals,
Right.
never made me feel lesser. That was me, you know.
Right.
I felt so lesser than them because they were so talented. And it wasn't like I hate them. It was like, oh my God, I'm in such admiration of my friends. I love them. Oh my God, that I started to falter back from myself and started to think, you're not going to get that good. You don't have that natural talent. Just chill out. You
Right.
can't write that. You can't do that. It took like me just finally saying, fuck it. Let me do it. Let me do it. Let me do it. And I'm not going to lie, I had a really good support system around me.
Right.
My best friend, again, Leah Devine, and Teddy Thomas, who just commented, that's my other best friend from high school. We go way back like an ass crack for real. And they really encouraged me every time I had a freestyle written or a 16 or something. They'd be like, I want to hear it. Can you do that again? Or we'd be around other friends and they'd be like, Jazz, rap your shit.
Right.
So like, that's what started getting me. Like my friends, without them even knowing I was insecure, that energy was just probably just giving them, okay, let me boost her. And I don't know if they ever thought that really, but they really did it for me without me even asking.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's dope. So growing up in Chicago, what was the music scene like out there?
Okay, well, I would say primarily the music out in the south side and the south suburbs as well was the same mainstream, but like BS in my opinion. You do got some Bibby when Bibby was out. You do got some Herb, you know. You got a lot of great underground artists from the Shy. You got Durkee O's. I mean, 52 Bars Part 2 is a fucking classic. Like what? And so that all of that shit, that's when Chief Keef was going around. That's when he first came out, you know. So all of our parties was Love Sosa and, you know, Hey Being Sober and all of that shit, Fool Ya, shit like that. Like that was my era. So it was a lot of trap music. It was a lot of drill. It was real heavy drill. I remember to my 8th grade graduation, we fucking walked out to Pop Out by Katie Got Dance. I only rock designer when I pop out. Yeah, like that's the scene we were on. And we thought we was the fucking shit, you know? And we are. Chicago's the shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact right there. So that's what I was going to say. From the outside, a lot of people from the show, they only see or hear about Chicago from the outside in. So being in that environment, the trap, you see the Chief Keefs and them blowing, and it's like Chicago had it for a while, and they still do. But it was like out of nowhere. And then don't get it twisted. You got the Twisters that was there in the beginning. You got the Kanye's. So y'all have a history.
Yeah. Before that. Yeah.
Right. So now
I grew up on Graduation. That's one of my favorite albums.
Wow.
Or Late Registration, college dropout. Like what? That's right.
So take me back to you at that time. Kanye pops, Graduation, Late Registration is all over. This is from your city, from your state.
Yeah.
How was the environment? How did people feel at that moment?
It was a beautiful thing because during that time, if I'm not mistaken, around that era is when the White Sox won their championship. And I was there.
At the game.
My dad is from my dad's family stays all right there. So we just walk over to the stadium and we're in the seats like Paulie, like eating hot dogs and cotton candy, and they have these little like lollipops at the top of the scoreboard that shoot fireworks whenever they hit a home run, and it was just always a beautiful thing. So they were playing Ye there. Do you think about me now and then? Do you think about me now and then? Oh, and everyone in the crowd is just, oh, now I'm coming home again. Yeah, so it's you watch the games. I was never a basketball person, but you watch the games, and they was playing Ye and everything like that at the games. You go to the tailgates. Man, my daddy came in blasting on the tailgates in the White Sox Stadium, playing Drunken Hot Girls. Don't go through too much shit just to mess with these drunken hot girls. And motherfuckers was like fucking with it. They had their George Foremans out, they fresh ass ones, white beaters, towels on the back of the ball heads, you know, like that. That's what it was. It was a lot of outside community. It was a lot of community energy from where I would say my domain of 79th and Wabash all the way to damn near 183rd.
Wow.
So that's where I seen. I can't really speak for the other side of Chicago though, because they may have a different experience. I'm telling you, they're different out there.
Nah, I feel you. But we're talking about where you from and your story. So we're gonna keep it there. So now we fast forward to the Chief Keefs.
Right.
Chief Keef era.
Okay.
Chief Keef changed the game. By now you're doing music by this time.
Yep, by now I'm doing music.
What does that feel like?
Man, I admire him because like everybody was making this music. And then not just that, we was at the lunch tables taking pencils and markers and shit, making beats and freestyling to each other and listening to beats and drill beats, and then Looking Ass Nigga was out at the time too, and all of that shit. So
Right.
everybody was frying, and it was just a great culture. And Chief Keef pops and blows.
Right.
It was chaotic because half of the people wanted to kill him, and the other half wanted to be him, and the half that wanted to kill him probably low key wanted to be him too.
Right.
So
That's the way it normally works. Right.
It was like, damn, these people blowing up. So you be at a party, and it's like, doom, 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 love Sosa. And then right after that plays, and literally everybody is doing this. And
right.
if you have on some Vans, I used to wear some white Vans, fucked up at the end of the night.
Vans.
Everyone's stepping on them. Yeah, everyone's stepping on them. And everyone's listening to him, from the Black people to the Latinos to the white people. You see every type of ethnicity in Chicago mixing up, listening to Keith at one party, at one kickback, and somebody mama basement at 9:30 at night, 10 o'clock at night. We try not to get the shit shut down type shit. Right. And then after that, you got Kill Shit playing and shit like that. When you got Herb and Bibby on one song together, people were fucking going crazy. It was just, it made me want to rap hard. I had wrote a Chirac remix and everything. Like,
wow.
I was.
You still remember it?
Ain't packing shit when it's moving time. Cutthroat called it suicide. Y'all talk shit for us, do it, die, but then call it quits when it's shooting time. Fuck wrong with you, bitch niggas. I pulled up and I clipped niggas. Y'all bow down, y'all snitch niggas, and I'm taking out on y'all bitch niggas. Something like that. It was old. That was like
right. That's years ago. But the fact that you just went into the Rolodex and pulled it.
Actually, shout out to Aubrey and DeMarcus. They were the first two to ever hear that on the bus stop.
Wow.
On Normal and Eastgate Corner, and before school, and we was talking about Hunger Games right before that, the book.
Oh wow.
Yep.
That's crazy. So in your time, so now Chief Keef is doing his thing.
Okay.
That's the shit I don't like.
That's the shit I don't like.
Right.
My
now,
wallpaper. My wallpaper. Now, I had an iPad. That's the first generation iPad.
Right.
My whole fucking iPad was like at least a list of King Sosa, what he don't like.
Wow.
A hating ass bitch. Like it was a list. And that was my screensaver. That's how deep that shit was to everyone out there.
Right. Wow. Wow. So do you think the trap and drill played a major part in your creating your sound? Because I don't hear trap and drill in your music.
Yeah, not at all. I actually think yes, because I always strived to rap with enough stamina and enough energy where I can rap quick and I can rap on a quick beat. And having that, when I freestyle, I don't freestyle on no Anderson .Paak type beat. I freestyle on a drill beat. Like that's what gets me going. So then I can eventually, sit and write my music. I really do. I freestyle. I would say I want to make more music like that. I'm experimenting with it right now to try to make it my own.
Okay, so I know in the UK a lot of drill beats. Have you tapped into any of them out there? Any producers in the UK?
No, but I would love to. I just actually made a dance hall song with a upcoming artist. I can't really drop a lot of details right now, but that's going to be being posted soon. That's dance hall, and I love dance hall. I grew up on Baby Sham. That's before Rihanna was big. Her first song was "Boy, You Make My Heart Go Boom Boom Boom" on that reggae album, Ghetto Story. So I grew up on a lot of dance hall reggae. But I didn't get into the UK scene until a year, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I didn't even know there was a scene out there. And I was very surprised and very happily, pleasantly surprised in a way, because to see the culture of that developed in its own way. And it's not like it's its own separate sound. It's its own separate world and its own entity. And to see how gorgeously excellent other Black people are to create another sound off a sound they already created themselves is like the most wonderful thing. And it inspires you to want to get on that level and to focus with them. But I just haven't, my reach isn't overseas yet. So hopefully.
Yeah, it'll happen with the internet and all that. The exposure will come. So let me ask you, I hear this is like the second one. I was going to leave you alone. You said you grew up in the choir.
Yeah.
Right? That's the second time you just bust out singing.
Yeah, I'm a singer. All my friends are singers. I'm the human walking iPod. I sing everything.
Let me get a half of a verse and a hook. Any song.
Okay.
Any song.
Shoot, I can. Okay, I got you. I got you. Give me 2 hot seconds. Can you hear that?
Oh yeah,
Okay, cool. This is a song I call gospel, actually. It's funny enough
let's
that
get
you
it.
mentioned me being in church.
Wow.
Pass it to the left, pass it to the left, pass it to the left, pass it to the left. Rotation, rotation. Pass it to the left, pass it to the left, pass it to the left, pass it to the left. Rotation, rotation. Pass it to the left, pass it to the left, pass it to the left, pass it to the left. Rotation, rotation. Put me in rotation, yeah, the puffin' to go. I'm rolling up and while I'm smoking, that's that rhythm and flow. Got that Bombay and that dro. Hey, please don't ash on the flow. A couple woods, a couple hemps, we roll up papers for mo. We take the shake and then wake and bake up a couple mistakes we make if we patching with loose ducks that's quacking for roach ducks. It's stacking my left lung, my leg, like that one fish from SpongeBob, static flowing, a smoke bomb. If I frighten egg when my leg wake up, this shit feel just like taste buds with or adjustment on it so that I can never taste none. That short D man, her face on because her thoughts they say something. Let him know he was on the team, but he was never spraying on. Pass it to the left, pass it to the left. This vocal hit to me, I feel it in my chest. If you really trying to holler, baby, say it with your chest. And if your energy is matching mine, you pray to God you might get blessed. Yeah, pass it to the left, pass it to the left. Yes,
Whoa.
that's a little. That's going on Pink Salt, you guys. It'll come out in July of this year. Thank you.
Yeah, that's dope right there. Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna give you a big salute. And I had a
Thank
lot
you.
of artists. I had a lot of artists come through here. You're the
Mhm.
first one to actually perform live on this platform.
Yeah. Oh, hey,
Literally,
first time for
literally.
everything, for real.
Wow. And yo, the song is dope from what I heard. The
Thank
passage
you.
to the left. I like the verse. You
Thank
said
you.
that's coming up on a new project.
Yeah, called Pink Salt. It's my first EP.
Right.
It's gonna come out July. I don't want to give you an exact date at the moment because I'm still working with my the producing company that's putting the music out there to get an exact
Okay.
date. So when I have that, I'll post that as soon as possible. But July is definitely the month for you guys. Right there, you go. Gospel for the Stoners don't apply to the Pebbles. Leah's actually on that song, so
Right.
that's
Yeah, salute to Liv.
salute to my girl. So we have that coming out. And Need You is on there as well. That's the single I already dropped. It's spelled
Right.
Meedu. That's all one word by Creadu. That's
Right.
2 words. Cree Adu. So yeah,
Wow.
that's coming out in July.
Yeah, that's dope right there. So, yo,
Mhm.
when you're in the studio and you're coming up with your songs,
Mhm.
let's take them back from the beginning to now.
Okay.
What things have changed your process, your creative process, like in the
Yeah.
beginning, early days to now? Because after a while, you kind of find your niche and you know how you want to do it. It's like you
Right.
get in your zone, but you had to learn that.
Mhm.
So I want to know, what were you doing in the beginning and what you do now different?
All right. Okay. So in the beginning, I was a mess of a song maker. I was trying so hard to get these bars down to rap that I forgot that you have to structure a good song as well.
Right.
That you can go so far being a freestyle battle rapper or being a cover rapper. Like No Ceilings is amazing, but we love Wayne's albums too. You know, we love
Right.
the structure he makes with his own music as well. You
Right.
know, so I had to tell myself like, okay, you got to stop biting other people's music because that's all you're doing, rapping over all these beats all the time.
Right.
You're giving original lyrics, but you don't have an original sound. You're using everybody else's sound. So then I had to really think about who I was in a way, on what I wanted to sound like, what I do sound like. So
Right.
that was literally a lot of me while I'm driving. I'll take my phone and put it on voice record on the voice
Right.
memos, and I'll start singing and freestyling randomly. No music, no nothing, making beats, beatboxing myself,
Wow.
trying to add my own harmonies, like all types of crazy stuff. And it's a lot of songs that I wrote that are, in my opinion, trash. Like, but they were good learning experiences to get into the studio eventually and say, okay, this is what I think I want to sound like. And
Right.
then hear it, and it sounds nothing like I want to. It sounds nothing like I needed to. I don't know where I was going wrong, but what I did was I kept listening to those bad songs over and over, not even saying like, oh, I'm just fucking with this because I recorded it. No,
Right.
just saying, okay, where did you go wrong here? You don't want to put this out into the world because this is not what you feel reflects yourself.
Right.
And that is huge in your brand. That is huge in my face. People are going to see me and think, that song sounded trash. Like
Right.
that song sounded trash. And if the song sounds trash, people don't care about the lyrics anymore. They're
Right.
not listening to it. You can have a cult fan base, but that's not going to get you where you want to be as an artist.
Right.
So it took me understanding that I had to really sit down and structure a song and learn how to do that. And there's nothing wrong with reaching out to help from another artist and saying, "Hey, you know a little bit more about song structure than me. So can you help me structure this?" Or da 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 da. Can you help me? And I didn't do that. I didn't reach out to anybody.
Wow.
I wanted to really badly, but I wanted to do it myself. And then I realized, okay, this is your problem. You're not practicing.
Right.
You're not at home practicing. You're going to the studio with these ideas and you're not practicing any of this. You just wasting your time and money because the studio costs money for me a lot.
Right.
So, and that's coming out of all of my pocket. I wasn't getting any bread for no studio from nobody. They said, you want to do this? You want to have this dream? You better work for it. And so I did. So it was just sitting down and saying, okay, sing this over and over and over and over. Record yourself. Now play it back. Can you harmonize this? Can you add a layer to this? Now, why does it sound bad on this beat? Why does it sound flat here? And doing that with my raps too. I would record them over and over and over and over on my mom's phone, on my phone. She had her phone playing the music and my phone recording, and
Wow.
over and over and over and over until I realized what I wanted to sound like and what I didn't like. And yeah, so that was that process. And I'm still working on that. I feel like I'm there, but I need some more resources. I need some more networking.
Okay. I mean, it'll definitely come. So let me ask you a question from one artist to another. Let's say if I was just starting rapping today.
Okay.
And I said, I need help structuring a song.
Yeah.
What would you tell me?
I would first ask you, what do you want your song to be about?
Having fun.
What is this song about? Having
Turning
fun?
up.
Turning up. Okay, so we're going to do a turn up.
I think everybody likes to get lit. Let's get lit.
Okay, a get lit radio bop.
Right.
All right, so you're going to need a slight intro of some sort, whether it be a musical break or an intro of you talking or some type of commercial, something to grab the reader's attention, the listener's attention.
Right.
And then you're going to structure that with a nice hook or chorus, depending on how you structure that or depending on what you're saying. If you're just repeating a phrase over and over, get lit, like a tick, get lit, then that's your chorus. Your hook would be something like, I'm going to get lit like a tick. I'm going to go a little bit. I'm going to go up and hit split. That'd be a hook. Right. You're rearranging your sentences. So then you would get that. And once you have that down packed, once you layer that, don't add a harmony, don't add any background, don't think about that. Add that ground, add that foundation of that first.
Right.
Then fill in. Well, do you want a bridge? Do you want a main verse? Okay, what's your first verse going to look like? Okay, we talking about getting lit. So am I telling a story here or am I just talking about I'm lit as hell? I'm sitting on the floor. I'm trying to get up. I'm trying to walk up out the door. I'm trying to go to the car. I'm trying to drive fuck away. Or are you talking about, damn, I was lit as fuck at this party. This girl came through, she was looking mighty naughty and keeping going. Is it a story? Like, what are you saying,
right.
And after that, you add your chorus right back in there. Get lit like a tit. And then you add a little bridge. Ooh, I'm getting fucking lit tonight. Ooh, your bridge, you can break that down into a slow jam. You can chop and screw that bridge up, but make sure you bring it back and end it off on your hook. You want to do something 3 times or say something 3 times for people to remember.
Wow. So now, okay. There's a reason why I asked you that.
Okay.
All right. So now I'm going to put you to the test. I like putting people to the test. All right. So that was a lit song.
Ah, okay.
Now I want to do a conscious song.
A conscious song.
Right.
Okay.
Black Lives Matter song.
I would say you would go better if you're going to go for a conscious political song. I wouldn't say Black Lives Matter is even political. That's just basic human rights and common sense. Black Lives Matter, period, point blank. So I would say that if you're coming from a Black standpoint, first off, no non-Black person should be making a Black Lives Matter song. So let's just assume that you're not a culture vulture and you're the right person doing this. And so I would say that tell your story. Get a nice smooth beat or get a beat that's chill. If you want to go on YouTube and search it up, J. Cole type beat. If you want something a little bit more, I'm Kendrick Lamar. You want to do a Kendrick Lamar type beat. You want to do, 93 till infinity type beat, those type of electric relaxation type beat, Tribe Called Quest, things like that. Those type of beats that are going to get you in the zone, but you can also sit and spit and you don't even need a chorus. You can sit and spit and let the beat flow, and then sit and spit and let the beat flow, and then wrap it up. Or if you have a dope little chorus that you can throw in there, do that. But don't make it complicated. You want to keep it real lyrical, real bar by bar, and you want to enunciate what you're saying if you're trying to make a point that hard.
Mm-hmm. Wow. All right. DJ Khaled had a meme, and it said, "You're smart." Yo, I like that. I like you. I'm gonna tell you that now. I like it.
Thank you.
Yo, so all right. So let's take it back, because the reason I asked you, you said when you first got to the studio, you used to struggle. You see how far you've come?
Yes, it almost makes me emotional, because I went in the studio with a female rapper before, and she was producing me, and she made a comment saying, "You're very professional in the studio." And I didn't think that I was being professional. I thought I was being unprofessional. And I just realized it's because you sat and you practiced this a million times before you came in there. So It wasn't no fumbling with the words as much. It wasn't none of that. All of the bad things to me were coming from how I wanted to structure and layer the song, Right. But to the producer, to this professional, woman, who's also an artist and a rapper, she's looking at that like she came prepared. Right. So I needed that little, okay, you know what you're doing now. You know that this is what other professionals are looking for. And practice does make almost perfect, And if you want to do something, you got to do it for 10,000 hours to be a master, or whatever the time frame is. I may have quoted that wrong.
Nah, so yeah, 10,000 hours. Definitely 10,000 hours. Mm-hmm. Yo, so the thing is, a lot of artists, they don't even know. The only thing they know is the 16. Right. They don't know about layering. They don't know about building a track. They don't know about none of that. Right. So let me ask you a question. You do a lot. Okay. You do a lot. Not in a bad way. When I say that's not in a bad way.
No, definitely.
Do you know that can be another way for you to grow your brand and also help other people? You can do tutorials on that. And people will really look like, yo, how to structure a song, how to, because it's like a lot of us are self-taught. But the same way you just broke it down to me on two different genres. How many people in the world that's artists, that's everybody want to rap? Right.
Everybody does want to rap.
Yes. That would click that, because we go to YouTube and stuff like that for everything.
Right. That's true.
And now you build your brand, but when you release music as well, you're growing your fan base. And now these people begin to look up under you, kind of like your grandchildren. Right. Just an idea. Just throwing it out there.
Funny that you say that, because I was an English tutor and a writing studies tutor for a long time. I had I used to be in the writing center at Governor State University. I used to tutor for MLA, APA, AMA. So all of that structuring is just based on understanding that writing is writing. And I also want to make a comment with what you said before about artists that don't know layering and don't know any of that. There's always a crowd for someone. Right. And I know you didn't mean that in a negative way at all. Right. But just to put that out there to the people watching, just in general, as an artist, y'all, there is a crowd for everybody. And I know people who fuck with my music heavy because they know I'm lyrically strong and things of that nature. But their type of artist is the simple artist. Get on that beat, spit that shit, don't do no singing ass shit, and get out the jam and give me the next song. And that is okay. If that's your niche and you're content with that sound, and that's what your purpose is in music and art, and that's what you want to provide to the people, and you got a following, and you're happy with that, then that is okay for you. That is great.
That's a fact. I'm glad you cleared that up, because I didn't mean it in a way. Everybody's artistic.
No, definitely. I know you definitely didn't mean it that way. No, I know that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. So, with your sound, how would you describe your sound? And for people that's chiming in, there's a lot of people saying they love your energy and stuff like that. What can they expect from Cree Adu?
Oh my gosh, I hate this question because everyone always asks me, "Oh my God, what type of artist do you think you are? Like, who would you say you sound like?" Like,
no, I don't want you to sound like nobody.
I don't
but
like that.
Your vision.
Okay, my vision. I feel like I'm a mix between old school hip hop and neo soul. And I have heavy neo soul, real funky ass house music blood. And I have a real underground cut your ass the fuck up and stick a gun up your ass tongue. So I'm dead ass. I'm so sorry for my profanity.
No, you good. No. Come on.
I'm just being real about it.
Right.
That's how I think and that's how I talk. And that's just my personality. Like everything about me and my music is my personality and it's really me. It's nothing else. So I would say I'm a mix between those two sounds, really heavy, like heavy on the house music. Oh, and there's I have a heavy gospel bass. So all of the harmonies, that's all comes from that as well. That is the basis of spirituals, and hymns are the basis of so much.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how much it influences music. So
yes.
Yeah, so I would say, based on your answer, you have a Cree Adu sound.
I do. I do have I do sound. And I use that wordplay in my songs all the time. That Cree Adu.
Wow. So let's talk about the name for those that don't know. Cree Adu. That's very unique.
Yeah.
Where did you come up with that? What does it mean?
Well, actually, it's my birth name. It's on my birth certificate. My first government name is Jasmine. I go by my middle name, Cree Adu, and my last name is my last name, and y'all ain't gonna get that shit right now. Right, so everyone always asks me, and I'm like, that's my name. They're like, what? And I'm like, it's on my birth certificate, and I'm not somebody who ever feels like I have to prove anything, so y'all not seeing that.
No,
don't even ask for it, but it's on my license too. So if you ever see my driver's license or even my work ID, it's on there as well. So it's just my name, and I'm not sure where my parents came up with that from, but it was very creative. It does have meaning to it when I looked it up. Right. And I'm just blessed to have it because it really does fit who I feel that I am. I'm a whole separate entity of anything I've ever witnessed.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. So let me ask you, what's your favorite part of your process? The writing, the recording, or the playback once the project is done? What part of the process do you enjoy?
Can I say what I hate first?
Yeah, what do you hate?
I hate to be a glass half empty type person right now, but the songwriting process, okay, so what I hate the worst is the recording process.
Okay.
Maybe it's because I'm still getting used to the heavy, long nights of it and the getting anxious that your producer's gonna fuck up, or that, no offense, Juice, but or that he's gonna get overwhelmed or exasperated with me wanting to change something. I hate feeling like a burden on people. So that's the worst part for me because I'm always anxious during that time. But the best part, I would say, would be the song making process. I would say would be the process before the song making process, which is the freestyle process. I sit and I'll light one, or I'll sit with my friends in the car, and we just freestyle for hours and hours. Wow. And we record ourselves. And I will listen back to it, and I'll say, like, shout out Lucian, man. He doesn't have Facebook, but shout him out. He's great. He's an artist as well that I work with a lot. He'll sit and we'll sit and structure choruses and structure beats together and with our mouths, and then we'll go back on the computer and try to make it happen. So like that process is my favorite because it's the most where I feel the most free. Like right now, I'm just saying whatever. I don't care. I'm a little lit. Like the beat's playing, my girl's right here. The car's smoky. Can't nobody see me. Like I'm saying whatever comes to mind. I forgot it's even recording. Then you play it back and you like, damn, Mobile, like I've been in Alabama, little yellow bone bitch, she a bad banana, and the pussy stays stinking like it's Tropicana, switched up on you hoes like my name was Hannah. Like you like, damn, that's a hook.
Wow.
And you play it back and you like, hold on, what did I say? Okay. And then you find a beat, or you already have a beat in mind, or you use the beat you rap to. Like that's my favorite part before I even get to sit down and structure it, because I do stress about that because I would be wanting to make the perfect songs. So that part is stressful for me too. It's like the beginning and the absolute end product are my two favorites, but everything in the middle is just like an anxiety attack waiting to happen.
Right. Now I definitely understand, because we always want to put our best foot forward as artists. But a lot of times it's like we have to just trust the process. It's like you over time you'll realize it's like you have to trust your process. It's like a lot of times, even songs we put out, even as artists, we put songs out and we may say this is the one that's going to be the one. Yeah. Fans may gravitate to the one we hate.
I've literally had that with my friends.
Right. So it's like in that we have to trust, because even the one you hate, that means it's saying, that says something. If that's the one they love, it's
Yeah,
not
your
bad, but
hard work isn't going into vain.
it's not going in the vein.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
definitely not going in the vein.
Yeah.
So all right, we got somebody saying, that's my cousin actually said, let's mix one up. Lion's Eye Entertainment Company. So that's
Period. My Instagram is Cree Adu. Just that one word. You can go ahead DM me anything. My DMs are definitely open to network. Please don't DM me any creep shit. You will get blocked. Please
right.
don't DM me trying to holla at me. You will get blocked. I really am looking to network and work. I'm willing to make friends and network and do all of that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, nah, that's my cousin. He's definitely not a
Cool.
creep.
No, I'm
Professional.
not
Yeah, yeah,
saying it
right,
to
right,
him. I'm
right, right.
saying a
Yeah, yeah,
generality. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But I definitely respect that. Sometimes you have to put that out there, because
Mhm.
being a female, that's one of my next questions.
Mhm.
Being a female in the industry,
Mhm.
what are some of the things that you have to deal with? What are some of the things that make it harder or become like burdens or block you from trying to do what you do? You already spoken on it a little bit, but just go a little bit further.
Yeah, no problem. Well, everybody wants to hit your DM and get you in the studio because they think you're cute and they think you're talented, but it's always a ploy. And as a woman, I'm not saying all men, but because it's so many men and we don't know who, even females as well. Some of them are
Right,
shisty. But right now, the men. Uh,
right,
it's so scary to just think that I could be in a studio and I can be kidnapped and my family will never see me again. Like,
right,
sex trafficking is very real and very much an issue with young girls, and it's an issue in this area. It's an issue in the country in general. It's a very disgusting issue that needs to be addressed, and
right.
I don't know how we can stop it, but I want it stopped.
Definitely.
But as a woman, knowing that I go to a lot of my studio sessions by myself, I'm an independent person. I do just about everything alone to an extent, and I'm very comfortable with that. But I know that I'm tough, and I feel like I'm this head honcho, but
Right,
6'5", 300-pound dude is
right,
not gonna look at me like that. He's gonna be like, "This is a small fry. I can, do whatever I want." And I don't know who's gonna be at these studios, and if I don't know you personally, if it's not a professional business that I haven't came and checked out before, if we haven't, if I ask to FaceTime you or Instagram video chat you and you can't do that, I don't trust you. There's too
right,
many creeps out here. And that goes to any female artists. If a guy wants to get you in the studio and he's promising you studio time without a guarantee of just studio time, you may have feelings that he wants to do something else and you're not comfortable. Don't do it. Don't
right,
do it. There's enough working brand new producers that's going to really put their rates at a low price because they just got out of school, that are very decent at their craft, that just need a chance to put some music out with
right,
another artist. Find those people, network, get on social media, put freestyles out there, do all of that, but be wary. And I don't ever go, if I go there, I'll have someone at least drive up with me and
right,
stay for a little bit and leave. Like my dad, when I record now in Calumet, and my dad like literally followed me there and walked up to the door. I'm like, you don't have to walk to the door. He's like, no, I'm gonna meet this guy, this juice
right,
guy, like,
right, right,
and met him and everything, and just, but to know that, to have another person with me and to show the face that this person is going to be missed if something happens, is enough. So you just got to
right.
be really careful. It's really touch and go.
Nah, that's definitely powerful right there. And that needed to be
Mm-hmm.
said, because a lot
Mm-hmm.
of females, they're trusting, whether models, singers, or whatever, rappers, it happens. And it's like
Mm-hmm.
everybody that's saying business is not business. So again, that's
Mm-hmm.
definitely all respect, salute to you on
Yeah.
the platform for saying that, because it needs to be heard. So you never know,
Yeah.
it might be an up and coming artist that's may been through a situation and is like, yo, she's right,
Yeah.
because it happens. So
Yeah.
that's real right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I seen another video.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, actually, that is a remix I did. So this artist, Checker Fred, he made a song with my best friend Leah, and the song's called Leah Did Her Shit on the song.
Right,
And I'm like, I'm gonna fuck this beat up. So period. So I went to Checker Studio and I recorded the remix. And then I'm not gonna cap. I put the song out there to get my Apple Music started and just to test the waters, dip my
right.
toe in because I like the way it was recorded. I got a lot of really good feedback on it, and that has been recorded for like over a year
Wow.
already. So it was just sitting in the vault, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna, play this and put this on there, see what's cracking, and see what's going on with that. Um, And on my first day, I got 87 listens, and that is very big for me because it was like, oh my God, 87 people in one day. Wow. So I was very pleasantly surprised. And I didn't do any like promotion of that at all. Like I didn't post anything. I ended up recording a music video for it and never dropped it. And so I just wanted to test the waters with that song, honestly.
Okay. I mean, if it's not one of the songs that because I didn't tell you, I had it loaded up in the clip, but I played the Need You. I had that one just in case, but I was going to speak to you about it before I played it. So, yeah, but you say you were going to drop a freestyle on the show. You don't have to do it now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can either rap the IDGAF song, or I definitely knew my best friend was going to watch this, so I was going to rap a Slim Shady remix for her. But either one is fine. It's your choice.
So let me ask you a question. You got endurance, don't you?
Endurance, like breath control and shit like that?
Right.
I would say it used to be better. But yeah, I want to be like, I rap like, let's see if I can do it. Sleeping with sun up, I'm working the sun out. You better keep on people. I'm come up and get a rundown blueprint to peep it. Map it out, spell it out, then keep it secret. Me and myself be conversing on some D shit. Like, I want to rap that fast because people tell me every time they hear me, you should slow the rapping down. Boy, fuck you. Like, I'm sorry, excuse my language, but I can do this in person, and if I practice, I can do it. So
that's a fact. The reason I asked that, because I was gonna say, you can do both. You can do one now, and then you can do one later.
Okay. Yeah.
And before you do that, someone asks, is branding very important? I'll let you answer that.
Definitely. I mean, honestly, your face, once you put it out there on the internet, that becomes a part of your brand, regardless of what you want to say. So every photo that's taken of you, every video that's taken of you, every status you make, every tweet you make, you have to be mindful of these things. You have to be mindful of what you even repost and reblog on Tumblr and on Facebook, on Instagram. All of that is going to be connected to you. And if you want to be someone that reaches a crowd of more than 1,000 people, you have to understand that there are people who believe in certain moralities and who don't. So you have to figure out who you are. You have to figure out, does my social media reflect who I am and who I want to be perceived as to the public? And if it doesn't, you need to try to start clean and try to clean it up somehow or fix that, because you don't want to get to a point where you're at a high level because of your education or your promotion or your physical hard work, and then you get canceled or you lose your money or your basis of your branding because of the fact that you didn't clean up your act and educate yourself on who you were and what morals you stood for.
Now, that's a fact right there. And definitely branding is definitely a major part of it. That's like a lot of people, they get caught up on the music side. But I would say, from being where we are, music is like 20%. The rest of it is the promotion, the marketing, the branding,
the shows, the freestyle battles, the open mics,
all of that. So I've been watching you. You're doing it. Do you have a team doing it? Do you have a team, or is it you?
Okay, well, you hear me promote a lot in my songs. So me and my friends actually have a group that where we turned into a business called DDP, Developing Dope People. And I shout it out in my songs all the time. I talk about it all the time. I would say that's a part of my support system. But when it comes to promotion and everything, I'm just very blessed to have people that love me, that share my stuff. I do all of my, like my cover art and everything myself. All of my, like, I would say anything I drop that has my CD or my logo on it or my brand, I wrote it. I put it on there. If I didn't, I'll tag that artist. Definitely 100%, because that is very important. But I basically do all of that myself. And not because I don't want a team. I would love to have a team. I would love to try to find an agent that I can trust, that I feel like will put the work that I'm putting in. But you have to know, you really got to start. I felt, for me personally, not everyone feels this way. But for me personally, I feel like I will appreciate the top more when I dug through the fucking grave to get to the ground, to start from the bottom. Because I'm like, I don't want to get halfway up there and be like, oh, I'm fucking up. No, I want to do all of this myself. So I want to read every manager book, every promotion book, and be like, okay, boom, You know, this is what I do. You can't fool me. You can't talk no technical lore language to me because I read a book on that and I know exactly what that means. You know,
Right.
like I don't want to be tripped up. I'm my daddy's daughter 112%. That means that
Right.
you can't play me. And I'm going to make sure of that by educating myself. And
Wow.
if you ever feel anybody in the audience that you don't know anything and you don't have an education on something, don't think that you're going to get it in school. Don't assume that. Go to that library, go to that Google search bar and look it up and do some reading. Reading is so important. And if you are someone who falls asleep reading and you really just don't like reading, I guarantee you YouTube has a tutorial, like you said earlier. Like
Right.
that is so important, you know?
Yeah. That makes,
Yeah.
yeah. That's dope. So SEO branding and stuff like that. Are
Mm-hmm.
you into that? Do you know anything about the SEO branding and how important that is?
No, I'm still learning. I'm actually reading a book on it, and I'm simultaneously reading that and how to a screenplay book from my university that I'm trying to catch up on. So I'm
Okay.
still really learning. Like I have a lot of learning to do in that field and branding and marketing and
Right.
all of it. It's literally every day I'm learning something new from somebody or something.
Nah, that's a fact. And
Mhm.
like I said, just from looking from the outside, looking in,
Mhm.
you're doing it right.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? None of us have arrived. We all always have room to improve.
Yeah,
But you're
for
doing it.
real.
You're doing it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is like you said, you're taking your situation into your own hands. You're
Yeah,
investing your time. You're getting the knowledge. You can only win that way. And it's
yeah.
like nobody can run a game on you. We hear the stories over and over so many times. So I want to take it back to the house.
Okay.
Your father rap, your mother
Okay.
rap,
Yep.
you rap.
Yep.
What were those ciphers like?
I never got into a cipher with both of my parents.
Really?
My mom, her rap name was Baby J. She don't rap no
Baby J.
more. She ain't gonna
Okay.
rap, but she was cool back in the day. And my dad, he still raps. Like he'll rap with me. My dad would definitely freestyle with me all the time. But my
Right.
mom I never got to rap with her. She really basically stopped rapping to just go pick up another job. Like she was just a
Right.
working woman. My dad, music was so much flowing out of every like literally hole in his body, like his eyes were music, his nose is music, his lips, teeth, tongue, ears, hairs on his head is all music, that he
Right.
couldn't stop rapping if he tried to. So listening to those ciphers though, like you weren't allowed in the room because they're
Wow.
smoking, they drinking, we're
Right.
little. So the
Right.
doors cracked. My mom was sitting on the floor on this. We had this blue tile and it was painted blue. My daddy
Right.
had all four walls were covered in uh characters, like anime characters, all of his collectibles. So like you see I have my Super Broly up here, my
Right.
collectible figure. He had
Right.
all his action figures on the walls. And he had a little bench where he can weightlift at, and a TV with the fatback TVs that were still,
Oh
you have to
wow.
knock on it so it can get the color
Right.
on there. Right. And he had a PlayStation 2.
Wow.
So that was like they're all sitting in the corner with the doors cracked, and I'm just sitting there listening to them rap over these beats, like and rap and record. And my dad would stop and run the tape back. Okay, now do this, rap and record and stop. And I'm like, wow. And I don't even remember the raps or the lyrics to any extent,
Wow.
but honestly, it made me want to sit down and write, to the point where I made my nana go get me a journal. And that's when I started writing songs. And I wasn't rapping at the time. I was taking my two best friends, their names are Kayla and Brandy. Shout out them. They're great girls at the time. They grew up on the block with me. All the kids was on the block. You know, the kids had the bikes. Everybody was out there. So whoever had the mongoose, you trying to ride with that nigga, you know, like
Right.
y'all all going to the house. You know, there's somebody playing basketball on the street. We playing double dutch. So I had my two little best friends with us. That was our little clique. And I used to sit in this little green turquoise notebook where it had like rhinestones on it, and I would write choruses and verses, but singing them as if they were me, like we were Destiny's Child or something. Me and my two best friends, and give them parts. Okay, you're gonna sing this, and you're gonna sing that, and they wasn't fucking with that. Like they was like, no, like
Nah.
we trying to play some double dutch, girl. You double
Right.
handed right now. Get your turn and stop. But I was like, I remember what was it? Together we can, but that ended up being a Cheetah Girl song too. So I definitely had inspiration from them, their groups.
Right.
I wanted to sound like that at the time. So I was making songs like that, like Together We Can, Shoot the Moon, Stop the Rain, that. So I was
Wow.
making music like that at that time. And that was young. None of those songs are good, but no, I didn't. They inspired me to write. They didn't
Right.
inspire me to rap until I got older.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
So let me ask you before we get into the freestyle or the song that you're gonna do. All right,
Mhm.
being a female artist that does
Mhm.
both, so you switch it.
Okay.
You can sing and you can rap. So I want to ask you, what are 5 singers that you admire, female? What are
Mm.
5 female rappers that you admire?
5 singers and 5 female rappers.
Right.
5 singers. Do they have to be famous?
No, then none of them have to be famous because I mean,
Okay.
talent is not
It
by
invokes
fame.
so much. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Singers. I would say one of the top female artists in the world is Janet Jackson. The way she structures a song, the way she structures harmony, she stays in her lane as an artist. She's
Right.
never deviated from that. She can perform her ass off. Like
Definitely.
she's the queen in my eyes.
Right.
She's an artist for real, and everyone's like modeling after her. Um, Definitely Brandy. She's one of the top female singers and vocalists. She created a whole new lane of R&B music that even Erica Badu admitted on Baduism when underground Baduism when she had
Right.
I want you that song and shit like that. She said
Right.
Brandy's whole first album inspired her to write that on a tweet like not too long ago. So
Wow.
that Brandy definitely, I would say Jill Scott essentially that
Just
man, I'm so in love with you. Like what? Like she was going crazy. Even
yeah. See.
who is Jill Scott? Like, your
Yeah.
roots are dug up, so you might as well give up. Like what? She was spitting, but also
Wow.
singing that whole thing.
Right.
I have to throw Beyonce in there as an artist because that's the big B. Like she's
Wow.
crazy. And then
Right.
number 5 will be my best friend Leah Divine because I do believe she's going to be one of the greatest there ever was one day in her lane in her field. She's a cold singer, cold lyricist.
Yo, salute Leah Devine.
Yes, Leah Divine, definitely.
Salute to Leah
Yeah.
Devine. Yeah. Okay. So yo, you got some powerful hitters up there. Powerful
Yeah.
hitters.
Right. I know, right?
Yo, but I like it because it's a wide variety of styles. They're
Mm-hmm.
all different and they all powerful in their own ways.
Yeah.
So let's
And
get to
then
the
the
rappers.
rappers.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
hey,
I'm gonna put myself in there because I'm one of my favorite rappers. So Cree
I would.
Adu, I'm definitely one of my favorite rappers. Cree Adu, I rap my own shit all the time. I would say also uh, MC Light, she's cold. I would say
Like,
Dreezy. Dreezy is vicious on the mic. She
right.
eats up and spits it the fuck out. And I think a
Wow.
lot of people forget that because of her songs, but
Right.
her freestyles, Chirac alone, that whole thing, I can rap that bar to bar. That's so cold.
Wow.
Nikki, I feel like Nikki started a lot for the girls, and people
Right.
forget that. She go to court to get the streaming so that we can get money for streams. She
Right. She
started
did.
that. Like she did a lot for the community, and she's very problematic. So people, don't
Right.
they like to play the sides, but
Right.
besides the problems and
Talent
her,
wise.
so talent wise, she knows how to structure, and she knows how to switch genre, and she knows how to keep it real and keep it right.
Nah, that's a fact.
And then I would say who else? I have a couple thrown around in my head. I would have to give it to Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn
Okay.
Hill is one of the most incredibly cold. And if I can, female MCs and rappers. I mean, a couple of
Right.
honorable mentions that are Tierra Whack. She's one of the coldest.
Tierra Whack. I
She's
like
gonna be
her
one of
too.
the coldest. She's
I
so
like Tierra
crazy.
Whack.
She bring the word whack and made it hot, made it stink like shit. Like she cold.
Right.
Who else? Tierra Whack. Shoot, like Megan Thee Stallion. She's cold too. She crazy too.
Right.
I like her style. I like how she sticks to her lane and her hot girl shit and all of that. Hey, you can't. They're gonna do what they want anyways. You can't stun them. You gotta join them. You can't be. You gotta join them.
I feel you in that.
Exactly. Shoot. I don't know if you can't call Erica Badu a rapper, but I would do. She be
Wow.
rapping.
She's
She be
dope. Yeah.
rapping.
She could do both. I think
Mm-hmm.
Erica, she's kind of like Lauryn Hill. She's a
Mm-hmm.
switch hitter. She can do
Oh,
both.
and Missy Elliott. I can't forget the Queen.
Oh wow. See,
Missy
now,
Elliott is cold.
see, you shouldn't have did that because now I'm about to test you.
Okay.
You said your first one was Cree Adu.
Mm-hmm.
Give me your favorite bar from her.
From Cree Adu?
Yeah.
My favorite bar.
Or it can be 2 bars or however your favorite,
I have it right here. Okay, so it's actually not that good, but it's my favorite because I wrote it while going through a car wash, and it was just um, put my wallet in the fridge so I can save it for later. I'm drunk off Henny and I'm swimming off that green alligator. You getting childish, a tot, so I'ma call you a tater. Her rolling's rusty, but she funny, so I nicknamed her Mater, like
Wow.
Mater from Cars, because
Wow.
his rolling
Right.
was rusty and he's funny. Yeah.
I like it. I
Yeah.
like it. But we're gonna keep it going.
Okay.
Because it was easy because that's you.
Yeah.
MC Light.
MC Light. Damn. My favorite line from her.
Favorite line, favorite verse, whatever.
Favorite verse. Wow. Okay, you're gonna trip me up with a lot of this because I'm a little nervous. Okay.
No, don't be nervous. Nah,
Okay.
smoke your blunt. Chill out, relax.
Period. I forgot I forgot I had it. I'm so in the conversation. I don't even know. I'm like, what? What you talking about? Blunt? Where's that?
Right.
Shoot, MC Light. So I'm gonna pass that. I'm gonna pass it because I'm not in the headspace to really think about it.
Okay.
But I'm gonna come back and do another show, and I got you then. I swear.
Ready. All right,
I'm gonna be ready.
That's a bet then. I'm gonna hold you to it.
Okay.
All right. So we're talking about singing. We're talking about rappers.
Okay.
Outside of the new single you got coming out, you got the EP coming in July.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Okay. Outside of that, you do a charity.
Yes, I do.
I want to talk about the charity.
Okay. I have a scholarship at my high school that I started my freshman year of college. I graduated from high school and was so disappointed with the lack of support that I seen just state funding,
right?
Wise with our arts in my city alone, the surrounding cities, the surrounding areas and schools. And it's so sad. And I want to help everyone in this world. I want to give everyone an opportunity to have a stepping stone to be at their most greatest and their most talented and their bestest. So I want everyone to shine in their own way. So it really hurt me to see that we had no funding, yet we were asked to sing everywhere. We were asked to dance everywhere. We had a show choir that, competed in show choir camps of America. So we were the shit,
Right.
And at least to us, we were the shit, and to the school district. So we didn't get a lot of funding, and it sucks because I know from my experience, I didn't think I was going to be able to attend college. I didn't think I was going to be able to attend school. I had the grades for it. I was getting accepted. I didn't have the money. I wasn't getting any financial aid. I didn't have the money. I didn't have any savings or anything like that. I felt, like very hopeless and very lost. And I wasn't in a situation where I could get a co-signer for a loan. I was getting denied for loans. So it wasn't until I actually got into a university that worked with me and I got into the choir, and that helped me. And I got I started getting surrounded back into music that I realized, you know what? Like, I need to give back. They've given to me so much. My choir teacher from Bloom has given me so much knowledge. And our pianist, Raymond Goings, actually rest in peace, Uncle Goings. You're smiling down from us right now. And the knowledge that those two alone gave me on how to conduct myself after I graduated, coming back and literally smacking my ass like, get it together.
Right.
You're going to do this. You got to do this. You got to get your head together. You got to study. You got to get into school, Right. It was just so powerful to me that I'm like, I got to give back. I would be ungrateful if I didn't do something for my community. I would be ungrateful if I didn't, water the plants that gave me all of their soil. I need to replant that fertilizer and ground those roots. It's not a big scholarship. I do it by myself, 100% independent. Right. I give it out of my own money. I picked up a whole second job to do it. And I told myself, I'm going to get it started. I didn't even tell my parents I was doing it. I did all the research myself. I remember going to dance practice because I was in dance. I was a dancer in college. Right. And right before I have my little leotard on, I go running to my dance teammates. I'm like, Tyra, Tiana, I got my foundation started. And they were the first people to even know. And we were in the warm-up room and right by the gym. And they're just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like, so excited for me. And I just felt right then and there, I know I'm doing something right. Because these girls went through the similar situations as me. Other people have. There are probably thousands and hundreds of thousands of kids that feel like they can't go to college because they don't have the money, so they feel discouraged. And so I'm like, if I can do something, even if it's $500, even if it's $1,000, whatever, if I can do something to say, you know what, now I don't got to pay for those books. Now I don't got to pay for that transportation to school, then I want to do it. And it doesn't have to be, the scholarship isn't for just, they don't have to just go to a musical school or to an art school. They just have to be integrated within the choir or the band their senior year. So they have to be a member of the choir, the band, or drama club their senior year. And that's why I'm giving back to those kids, because they require a lot. We used to be in drama club and choir until 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, and got school the next day, and got a test the next day, and got all this stuff going on the next day. And people don't forget to understand that teenagers go through a lot of stress mentally and physically. And then to have to worry about college, especially if you're first generation, if you feel like your whole family is riding on you to do this, to go and get this degree and make something of yourself, because they ain't do it. Life took them. They raised our little broke asses, and now we got to take our asses and get up somewhere, So that was me trying to really give back. And I want to do more. It makes me so sad that I can't do more, but I really want to work hard so that I can be a stepping stone to other people, and not even just my community, but this is where I have to start, because this is what I know. So if I can start here and I can do it the right way and I can see some good change, I do want to expand and help kids wherever. Like, I don't care. I want to help save Africa. What do I need to do? Like, let's go. I want to help save Haiti. I want to help save wherever the saving needs to be saved. Canada, Australia, Alaska. I don't care. We need to go and save these people. I want to help them in some type of way.
Nah, that's real. And more people need to have a heart like that.
Yeah, it's hard though.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. So I know you started the foundation. That wasn't easy.
No.
For somebody that's watching that may be interested in helping you,
thank you.
What kind of help would you need in the foundation, and how could they help you further what you got going
on? Well, currently my submission season for the applications is not open right now, so I won't be taking donations. I don't want money just to sit. I like to make sure it gets to the student, gets to the school, the check is cut, and we get it clean and done. The business is handled.
Right.
So when I'll be posting, you guys can just add me on Facebook. I'll definitely be posting. I have my website under construction right now, so that'll be up within the next couple of about a week or two. Actually finished. It's gonna look great, you guys. It's gonna be super user friendly and easy access. So if people, even if you want to give 50 cents, your 50 cents is not going to go unnoticed. And there's a ceremony that we award to the seniors every year, in which I award the scholarship personally to the student. Wow. So that will be broadcasted on the website every year, and the videos from the previous years are going to be uploaded on there, just so that it's no discrepancies or discretions about anything going on money-wise, because there'll be some greedy ass people out there with bad hearts and bad intentions for your dollars, and I just don't want to be associated with that.
No, I definitely understand that, yo. And with that heart like that and a heart for others, doors are gonna open for you. You can't do nothing but win that way.
Yeah, I hope I can open doors for other people, for real.
Right. No, that's a fact, yo. And with that heart right there, being willing, God will bless that, yo. So that's definitely needed.
Thank you.
Definitely big salute to that.
Thank you.
So let me ask you, from then to now, your career-wise, what are 5 high moments where it was like, yo, it felt like you were proud, your most proudest moments?
My most proudest moments.
Right.
Okay, one of them, I was at the courts off Eastgate, and I was in the car with my best friend, Aubrey, and my other very close friend who raps as well. His name is Marco Espinoza. He goes by Marco Vita. And I had rapped to them my Dang song. It's called Dang. I Fell Apart. Open up your eyes, you can see it in the dark. The same song I rapped for my dad. I finally rapped it for friends for the first time. And I literally left them speechless because they didn't know I was even rapping. So these are like some of the closest people to me, and I kept it hidden. And they were like, you need to put this out somewhere. You need to get this recorded. Like, we were sophomores, I think, in high school, and I was just like, I just wanted to show you guys this. I'm not trying to record anything. I'm a little too nervous. But we were picking we were dropping off Marco at the courts to go play basketball. And that was one of my proudest moments right there early on, because I felt like, oh my God, like someone likes my stuff one time. And it's not my dad. Yay.
Right.
You know, because he has to kind of say he likes it a little bit. At least he got to say like, okay, that's okay, Jazzy. Like, I can't trust that he's going to give me the 100%. Oh no, that's bullshit. He'll say that, but he's gonna
Right.
also try to compliment me because I'm his baby girl.
Nah, that makes sense.
He's not gonna try to hurt my feelings 100%.
Right.
So hearing that, I'd say another one. Um, I would say that okay, this takes it back. My first piano recital, I played and I sung "God Help the Outcasts" from The Hunchback of
Wow.
Notre Dame,
Right.
and I was like singing an operatic, like "God
Wow.
help the outcasts," like singing like that,
Wait,
and
stop right
and
there.
that yes.
Wait a minute. You didn't just bust the opera on me, right quick.
No, don't let me do it because I'm not that good. That is something I haven't mastered and I haven't done in a long time.
Wow, yo. So, all right, go ahead. Okay, so you do the opera, the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Right.
Yeah, you got a lot of things in your bag. Yeah, all right. And you floss it. It's like you do it so effortlessly. Like, yo, and take
No,
that.
no, 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 no. I be thinking about it like, should I sing in 5
No, you
seconds? Should I
got
do
it. You
this?
got it. You're doing it.
Yeah, so that I thought that I was gonna mess up. I didn't think I was gonna do good at all because I had just tried out for a talent show,
Right.
The Homewood downtown talent show, and they fucking cut me. They cut
Wow.
me the first round. I didn't even make it to the second round. And my sister got so mad that they cut me. She stood up and started cursing the judges out. And called
Wow.
one of the other contestants an ugly fat bitch, and she was just really mean for that. But she was really trying to be there for me, and it was like I can't even begin to thank her for all her support because she's always been a presence like that. But that was riding on the back of my shoulders. That happened like a month before. So I'm like, okay, if I don't do the good in this recital for it was called Melody Mart, and my teacher was Michelle Roach. She was a vocal coach, and if I don't do good, I'm not gonna do music anymore. I told myself I'm gonna be a dentist. I
Wow.
was serious. I like had did a mood board and everything with a bunch of dental stuff,
Right.
and like I was serious. I'll quit music and I'll be a dentist. But it went well, and I had friends and family there from my school show up, and everyone was giving me really good feedback. And my dad was like tearing up, be like, "My baby."
Right.
So I felt really good about it, and that was a really high moment for me.
Yo, that's a beautiful thing. And I'm
Yeah.
glad you didn't quit because then we would have never got to see your artistry.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that comment.
And I'm not just saying that because you bring so many different skills to the game. A
Thank
lot of
you.
people they're one dimensional or they may, write and rap. But it's like
Hmm.
you say you play the piano, you sing, you got a charity, you write,
Hmm.
you rap.
Hmm.
On top of that,
Hmm.
let's talk about the filmmaking.
Yeah. So I am in film school,
Right.
and I am currently writing a TV show. I don't want to give a lot of information
You don't gotta
because
give every you don't
there
got you can give
is,
them a little
yeah,
bit. Yeah.
little
Give them a
bit.
snippet. Yeah.
Everything will be dropped on my Instagram. This year is going to be so crazy for me, you guys. I have a
Right.
lot that I've been building up to and working up for, but mainly going to the filmmaking. Just quick, I'm a screenwriter. I know that writing
Wow.
is my greatest talent. I actually ghostwrite music for my friends and
Wow.
other and things like that. So they come to me when they're stuck with their bars, and
Right.
I don't take it as anything except for this person needs to unlock what I had to unlock.
Right.
So it's more like always me trying to be there to help write for someone, and then I realize, okay, I want to put this music in a movie, and I want to
Wow.
do that. And growing
Right.
up, I acted a lot. I did all the plays. I was in every musical my grandma could put me in. She had me auditioning for commercials, Frosted Flake
Wow.
commercials and shit. Eventually in high school, middle school, I've been in so many plays. I've been in a play twice to three times a year since I was 6 years old. No lie. So
Wow.
this year was the first year I haven't done any live production. So I'm used to doing live musicals. And
Right.
then at my end of the years of high school, I realized that I wanted to direct these musicals. I wanted to, no, take me out of the equation. I see you in this part, and it has nothing to do with my talent because I know I can
Right.
play all these roles and be a one man fucking show.
Right.
But it's me seeing the talent in other people and saying, no, let's develop this. Yeah, you're the evil stepsister, but can we take this further? Can we do this? And trying to make a mini movie out of these plays, and being
Wow.
the co-stage director with the teacher that does the stuff. She has experience in all of that. I got to learn a lot. I got to help with the soundboards and learning how a set is built live and learning how scripts are written and how the technical side is written. And then it made me, when I got into college, start taking these classes, and I started directing the news show at my university and writing the news show. So everything on the teleprompters, everyone got a turn to write. I just kept writing. I just kept wanting to do the writing and the directing. Then I started doing the producing of it. Then I started doing the editing. And then all of these things, I realized how much I love sitting there and making this look so cool. You know, making this my vision and making this feel some type of way, making someone else look at it and say, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. You know, it made me feel something. So because that made me feel something, I wanted to continue feeling something. So I just was like, I'm going to do this. And I just started writing. I started writing a show, and literally all my friends were like, we're going to help you. And they all auditioned for the show for me. And I filmed it. I rented a camera from the school. I filmed it. And I was just discouraged that I was a one-person team because I was directing. I was shooting it myself live. I was writing the scripts myself, all by myself. I was doing all the editing myself. I was doing all the blocking myself. I was doing all the costume handling myself. I was renting the spaces myself. So I was coming out of pocket so much. I was just realizing, like, you got to slow down. Boop, boop, boop. You try to make a 4K HD movie and you have none of the equipment, you have none of the experience. Learn something from this. So I learned, and I'm like, okay, you're wrong. You should have went to the books first. Stop being a know-it-all, sit your ass down and read something and listen to a professional first. So I asked everyone around me, all the film students that were graduating, I got under their wings and I just started watching them edit. And I would spend all of my free periods in college when I didn't have dance, because I would literally be dancing from 7 a.m. until literally like 12, because I had dance class and dance practice and all of that. So in between all my classes, I was in dance. So when I wasn't doing that, I was coming up to the schools on purpose just to sit and watch these people edit. How do they cut these scenes for live TV? This is for live TV. I thought if you can learn how to do it live, you can learn how to do it on film even easier, because you ain't got to worry about the pressure of it being live. But if I can handle this pressure and I can put myself in this intense situation and learn from that, I can be better in a situation where I have time to sit and stretch and kick my feet up and say, okay, do I want to go Spielberg or do I want to go Spike? You know?
Right.
Yes, no hidden agenda. Thank you. No problem. I'm not assuming anybody has a hidden agenda. I just always say that.
Right. Nah, that's a fact right there. So yo, when I'm listening, it's like you have, like, I was thinking you wore hats. She wears different hats. What I'm hearing is you got a whole tool belt. Tools, the hard hat, you can do it all. But the thing is,
do it all.
You're doing a lot. I'll say that in a good way. But the thing that I want you to take away is, don't feel like I'm doing too much. You know, I understand what you're saying. Your resources, your time gets stretched.
Right.
But at the same time, sometimes life will put you in a situation where it's like, if nobody will go with you, go by yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what I see. So you have these inspirations, these big aspirations, and it's like you're so passionate about it.
Yeah.
You make them done. Where most people might say, well, I ain't got nobody to help me do it. They got a million excuses.
I be thinking that though. Like, I be in my feelings. I really be in my feelings like, I don't have a support system. But then at the same time, did I even ask for help? Right. Sometimes we expect people to give us help and they're very oblivious because they're so stuck up in their worlds. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're the main character to your story. You and God are in your universe together, you know?
Right.
And I may be a side character, and that's okay. But I'm such a giving person. I would say I'm very selfless in a lot of ways, that I have to stop saying what I would do and realize what other people would do. So I have to ask for help. So a lot of us that are a lot of people can probably relate to this, that feel like they're very selfless and giving in their relationships with the people they love. Sometimes you really just got to ask for help, you know? Because if you don't get that, you start feeling all of this resentment towards the people around you that you feel like should be helping you. And you don't want that. You want to build a really strong foundation, you know? You want to build concrete that's not going to shake. That's not going, when the trenches get to moving, it's not going to start grooving. You know, it's going to sit there and stay right.
That foundation. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's real right there.
Yeah.
And I, looking from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
I now have a greater admiration for you.
Thank you.
because you're doing it and you're doing it on your own.
I try not to post a lot of it on my social media because I don't like
Right.
being that person.
All right. But sometimes if we don't promote ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
who else is going to do it?
Very true. And I'm learning that, as an aspect I have to get over. And I'm trying to be more of the promotional type now. But again, I'm still learning. So if anybody's out there willing to help me, educate me in any type of way, feel free to send me some knowledge, send me some quotes. They have those inspirational quotes. I love that. I'll send y'all some. Definitely love helping other people in my community, and whatever you guys feel like good suggestions. Either let me know if they're positive, and if they're not positive, you can, stick that right up yours.
Yeah. That's dope. So, you ready for the freestyle now? What was the Eminem remix?
Yeah.
Let's do it, yo. Let's do it. Let's start on it then again. Oh, wow. Okay.
People are canceling him. I don't got nothing to do with that. So this is nothing to do with that. Oh, I'm a little nervous, people. Yo. Yeah. I take that beat, I flip that shit like Simone. Men feeling for attention, puppies body for a bone. Chitty, chitty, bang, bang. I took your boyfriend staying gang. Thought he was down, but that nigga couldn't even hang, man. Hell yeah, I'm down for a cup and a comb. Playing cat and mouse like I'm home all alone. Fuck it, where's my pen? You done put me in the zone. My body standing still while my mind roams. I like them peanut butter, dark chocolate, just like a Reese's. It puts the lotion in the basket. It likes it greasy. Even though I'm feeling great, my stomach queasy. Got coming on my ass, so hand me some TP. I'm a widow, I'm a groom, a fucking Looney Tune. Never had a silver spoon, always work for all my shit. I'm just trying to make it hit, trying to make that ass bounce in the club with your girls on your birthday. 24, still young, feeling kind of flirty. Thoughts kind of dirty, feeling for some foreplay. So let's make some decisions. You acting out because you want attention. Beyonce's, listen, I'm hungry and I'm trying to eat you out up in the kitchen. And if you're feeling that, then we can make a fucking mission. Fuck your boyfriend, we don't need his permission. If you're feeling it, then we can have a threesome. Bitches staring at me from across the room. Hoes see something you like. You bum ass hoes, take a fucking hike. Take my name out your mouth before it burns your tongue. I fuck your dad and make your motherfucking bitches my son. That's it.
All right. Okay, so if I had a bomb to drop, that's where I would drop the bombs right there. Yeah, definitely, yo. Definitely.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Yo, and that was a session, or like, is that a song you releasing, or you just zoning out, or what's
the whole
let's get the story
behind that.
Right, I need that.
Funny as hell. So I'm someone who, I love a trip. I love going somewhere. I love getting in the car and driving somewhere. I drive down to Atlanta, to Wisconsin, Florida, Texas, Houston, South Houston. That I've been to all those places driving, right? So I was like, okay, I'm about to go, out to Atlanta with my best friend. So I literally peer pressured, and convinced my other two best friends, Shamar and Aubrey, to go with us, because we wanted, two guys were there with us that we trusted. Those are like sons to my dad, and that could be down there with us. The Airbnb was already paid for. I had an interview for a job down there, so that was helping me pay for. They paid for our travel. So I reeled us into doing this, and I was the one driving, and I was falling asleep a little bit. And it was like, I had been on my 8th hour of driving though. And I had like, Aubrey's in the passenger seat knocked out, Lee and Shamar in the back. They're separated on separate sides on the window, sleeping, knocked out. Right. So everyone's asleep. I see a cop. We're in Southern Indiana. I see a cop, and it's like, and Aubrey doesn't have the best brakes. And so I'm pushing these brakes like, oh my God. And I said in my head, we're getting pulled over. Right. I know we're getting pulled over. Right. So I started waking everybody up in the car. I'm throwing shit. Wake up. We're getting pulled over. Wake up. Everybody's like, what? So I don't want to say a lot of shit, but
right. No.
Together. We got
right.
But we like making sure we look good, everything's straight in the car type shit. Right. The guy's not budging. He pulls us over. He's on dirt with us. He makes us get out. I have no shoes on because I'm driving without shoes. Right. I have no shoes on. He makes us get out. We're sitting on the side of the road for 2 hours outside in the middle of the night. He strip searches our whole car, gets 2 other officers up. They have their guns pointed at us. I take my hand off the wheel. They flashing their guns and shit. I'm like, hold on. Hold the phone. Wow. Yeah, so Shamar's trying to give me his shoes. They pull the guns out on him, like cocking them and shit. And we're
Right.
like, oh, hold on. He's like, she's barefoot, man. Like, you can't be that heartless. She's barefoot. Like
Right.
in this
2
gravel. You
hours.
have us in the mud for 2 hours. She's shivering. They're like, we can get some shoes from the back of the car, but we gotta shake them out. I'm like, and I'm talking my shit the whole time. They're going through my bag. I'm like, what you gonna find? Tampons, you dirty perv, get out of my shit. I'm
Right.
talking my shit because I just was so pissed off. And
Right.
I was just like, they were not having that. They was talking back to me. They was like, ma'am, no, type shit. So
Right.
there was the one police officer. He just so happened to be cool, kind of, even though all cops are bitches, whatever. So he's actually from the Heights where we stayed at the time.
Word.
Yes.
Wow.
So we're like, wow, damn, my phone fell. I'm so sorry, y'all.
No, you good. You good.
We're like, wow, you are from our city. So damn, what's up? Like, why are you pulling us over? Help us out. And he's a Mexican guy with other white cops. And he's like, man, I can't really do anything. I'll try to help him how I can, but I'm, lower level, I haven't been there that long. So they was asking us what we did. We were like, well, we're musicians. And I was like, I'm a rapper. I said it first, like, I'm a rapper. And they're like, oh, really? So he played this instrumental and was like, spit something to this. And I spit that. Yeah, we were freestyle battling with the cops on the side of the road. Shamar started, okay, let's pick apart the game and debate on who's the greatest rapper. I'm better than your favorite rapper. He's cold. Shamar's cold. Right. He was rapping. And we recording it on my phone. I was recording on my phone in my pocket, and we're all rapping with these cops. And the cops are like, yeah, like they're like, she's cold. And I'm saying shit like, fuck your boyfriend. We don't need his permission. If he's feeling it, then we can have a threesome. Bitches staring at, like, they're like, duh, we can have a threesome. Duh.
Right.
I'm like,
wow.
These cops cracking up. The guy that's searching the car getting mad as hell because we all clowning on the sideline.
Right.
Instantly charged us.
He charged it? I thought he was going to let y'all get off or something.
Wrote us a nice mean ticket. A nice mean ticket.
Damn, at that time.
An experience. It was an experience. It was an adventure, I would say.
Wow, yeah, you got to put that in one of your Scream movies.
That would be hilarious. I still have Snapchats from it, videos and everything. I was recording. I'm like, y'all not gonna kill us. We in Indiana.
Right, yeah. Now that Midwest. Now I've been in the Midwest.
And Indiana's a beautiful place with beautiful people. I don't want to give it no name or have them hating on me or nothing. Right. But I'm just saying that all places have bad people, and that's the bad people we met there.
I definitely understand that. It's certain places like I went through. I think I came through Ohio, Indiana, Midwest, going to LA. And I'll just say certain places at night. You're like, yo, I gotta get something to eat. I have to use the bathroom. Right. And you walk in, and it's like, oh no. You just turn back around and just get out of there. Yeah, they had the big Trump signs and definitely. We try not to stop in certain places. You just know. And your parents tell you, even in Illinois, your parents tell you, don't go through there. You take the alternate route. You don't go through this town. This is a sundown town. This used to be a sundown town. They remember, and it's crazy to hear that. It's scary to go to my family. And I have a great Aunt Mildred who lived in a time before we could vote. So she couldn't vote as a woman, as a Black woman, she couldn't vote. So like it's still crazy to see that people are still alive from those eras, but you have a greater respect and pride for yourself and your people. That's a fact right there. That's definitely a fact right there. So let me ask you, I don't want to keep you too long. Because I know time is money. I definitely appreciate you stopping by. No problem. Let me ask you, with the pandemic, how has it affected your career in Chicago? I would say that it actually put more pressure to supply something. Because now everyone's like, you got all this time at home anyways. What are you doing? And I'm an essential worker and have been since I started the pandemic. And thank you. And so I was working 50-hour weeks, overtime, on holidays, like everything. There wasn't a weekend that my friends hated me because I couldn't go nowhere. Couldn't do nothing, right. And then at the same time, it was a lot going on in the world. So you're trying not to get sick, but everyone on the internet is like, you're supposed to be creating content.
where are you? You're not doing shit. You haven't updated your photography page. You're not doing any shoots. What's wrong with you? And I used my house as a studio to get extra side money to do photography shoots.
Wow.
So I had a whole page dedicated to that, and people DMing me and me slacking on that because I'm so tired, and that's my fault. I should have came up with some type of boundary with that. But it's really hard when you want to give your time to work, because not only is everyone around you losing their jobs, you don't know what's going to happen to you next. So now you have to plan ahead. But yeah, I would say it put more pressure on, I would say, a lot of artists, because now everyone's like, you sitting at home, you can master this talent by now. What are you doing? You know? Yeah.
Wow. So you do photography as well? Were you doing your photography, or are you snapping the pictures?
I wouldn't say I do it anymore. When I was in high school, I took an AP art class, and I was actually sculpting at first, and I got into a really bad depression, and I couldn't come up with anything for this one piece. It was a big Venus flytrap that I made with its tongue rolling out, and I just couldn't come up with anything else to put on there, and I was very sad. And my art teacher gave me a box of literally junk, like scraps and metal and fabric, and gave me a camera. And she was like, make a scene out of this like it's a movie and take a picture. And I was like, okay. And she's like, okay, you can do scenic photography. Now add people. And I'm like, oh. And I literally read every book there was. I took the AP test and passed twice, and skipped like all the introductory classes in college. So it was like, it gave me a greater understanding, but not something I wanted to do professionally. There's a very wonderful talent within that, and there are some amazing photographers out there. I just know it's not my passion anymore. I feel like it was more or less for me to get some bread. I really wanted some bread to get to the studio.
I feel you. So, even with that knowledge, though, with the film, that will help. That's going to help out. And I want to ask you, so now that you're being a writer, do you write your videos, treatments? I know you got videos coming, but are you hands-on with the video? Because I'm really curious with your creativity, and then the movies and all that, your visuals.
Yeah, I actually develop everything. I'm an overthinking creative. So I think all of us creatives are, though. And I will sit up and think about, well, what's the concept of this song? Like for Need You, the whole concept is, and you can see this in my preview on my YouTube page as well, is Johnny Bravo. And I thought, like, what's a strong female suit? And I thought, like, you ever think about the women in Johnny Bravo? They're whooping his ass, like, every time he hits on them. So I was like, I need to glorify that. We are those women. You come up to me and you're like, hey there, pretty lady, you want to hump me? And I'm boop, 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 like, getting like, and that's what they're doing. So I went on there. I watched 15 hours of Johnny Bravo on YouTube, read and screen recorded all the segments I thought were cute, and then rewatched all of them, mashed them all up, and then played them back and cut them up, put my song underneath, tried to make it match up with the lyrics, add the lyrics, add the cuts, add the filter, add the composition, layer it back over, make sure the voicing is good, and then upload it to see if it will get on YouTube.
And it made it.
Yes, it did.
That's it. Yo, I was tripping when I saw it, because I'm like, the I Don't Need You. I heard the song. I like the song already.
Thank you.
But when I seen them put the beats down on Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, with the one with the act.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to keep it real. As a man, I couldn't even play it on the show.
Oh my God. And
I hate it on the low. I'm going to tell you that. As a man, I hate it on the low.
Funny thing that you say that. I can't even fault you, because I'm in the studio recording the song with my producer Juice. He's like cool as hell. He likes the song. He's like, hey, this is hot. This kid Ralph, another rapper from Chicago, is in there, and he's cold. He's like, yeah, I ain't fucking with that. And I'm like, you cold though. I'm like, oh, well, I'll be damned, because at the end I'm like, fuck y'all, like, right. And he's like, I'm not fucking with that. I'm like, well,
in a good way. When we say that, is a good way, yo. We definitely know you're talented, but it's like one of those ones. You know what the song is? You know what that song is?
What?
One of those songs when you and your girl beefing.
Yep, and she playing in the car.
She's playing that, and she's having too much fun over there.
Fuck y'all.
I don't need you, motherfucker.
She on Snapchat.
Yo, I love it though. Yo, I love it. You captured that mood. You captured that moment. Yo, I love your spirit. Yo, I love your energy.
Thank you.
Is there anything that we left out?
No, we basically covered everything until the present me. Hi. So
Okay,
just
so
follow me. I follow back, y'all.
that's dope right there.
Mhm.
So yo, tell them when the project is coming.
It's gonna be coming around in July. I hope July 3rd to be officially. I'll official flyers and release dates and all of that uploaded on my page. You guys can go ahead and add me on IG. It's Cree Adu. That's spelled CREEADU, all one word. And just know that that's me and this is my face. And I love all of you guys. You are all decent, wonderful human beings. And make sure to wash your hands and wipe front to back.
Yeah, that's a fact right there, yo. So with the essential working, is it getting better for y'all now, or is with the pandemic spikes, is it getting worse?
I work in a school, so
Wow.
it's hard because when you care about kids so much like that, and I have a passion for teaching and passion for helping kids and a passion for keeping things clean all at one
Right.
time. And kids are very much expressive. And they'll let you know if they're not feeling well, if they don't give a fuck, if they do, if they don't, if they happy, they sad. And to
Right.
see when a child is sick or to see when a child is nervous or scared or unsure, like they are a lot of times in these times, it makes you want to work a little harder and makes you want to reach out a little bit more. But then there's only so much you can do because their parents are working their asses off too, you know?
That's a fact right there.
Yeah.
That's a fact. So we definitely going to keep you in our prayers here at the show. And
Thank you.
again, salute to everybody out there, essential workers, because y'all not only y'all putting yourself at risk for other people, it's needed and it's not enough. It's still too much. So it's like you said, 50-hour weeks and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
y'all overwork, and then it takes away from your artistry. So as a fan of the music,
Mm.
I'm saying to you, I understand.
Mhm.
I'm gonna cut you some slack
Thank you.
because what you're doing is helping others.
Thank you.
But I'm looking forward.
You
to it.
too. You too. Give you your props, your
Oh, wow.
flowers,
Oh wow.
all of that.
You're gonna make
You're
me
putting
cry.
it people on. Oh, I'll pass you my hanky.
Thank you.
Not the grab. Period though. I
Yo,
like it.
that's
Okay,
dope.
I fucks with it. But yeah,
All right.
thank you for having me on here. I really do appreciate the platform you're giving us.
Yeah, I thank you, yo, and we look forward to having you back when the
Oh
project
yeah.
comes out. Maybe
Mhm.
the video and things like
Mhm.
that. When
Definitely.
the pandemic opens up, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
You
yeah.
never know. You're gonna be doing shows.
Yeah, definitely. All of that is yet to come, and I'm still working out dates, venues, because no one knows when they're going to be open because of
Right.
COVID and how many people they can seat. So as soon as I get those working, I'm working on a virtual show right now with a couple other local artists that we're trying to compromise and do from the comfort of our homes, like a little
Right.
tiny desk type deal. So all of
That'll be
that's going to be
dope.
posted on my page, and those are already in the works of happening. So you'll be seeing a lot more of me.
Okay. A quick question before you go.
Yes,
If
sir.
somebody heard your music, they're feeling your flow, and they
Mhm.
want to do a feature with you, what's the process?
You can definitely DM me on Instagram. I'm very active on there. My email is also on my Instagram. So if I miss your DM somehow, and I check my email every day, it's in my Instagram bio. You can go ahead and email me as well. Open verses, please, nothing crude. Please don't. Um, no.
And I think her phone might have went, so I'm gonna throw to her song right quick, and we're gonna give her a chance to chime back in. I think her phone might have died right quick, so we'll give her a second. We're gonna go to one of her songs. This is IDGAF. This is Cree Adu, y'all. I don't give no fuck about you. I don't give no fuck about you. I don't give no fuck about you. I don't give no fuck about you.
A born leader, so you know I make my own decisions. I'm cooking and whipping like I'm Gordon Ramsay in the kitchen. I'm very efficient, so you know I plan on my incisions. What's cutting you open, slicing all you hoes with the precision. Snipers move in position, that bullet to do collision through your noggin. Yeah, you stalling, motherfucker. Better find your phone, death is calling. Give a fuck about another bitch. Yeah, I'm ballin'. Firecrackers out your window, got you scared. I walk in, little pussy ass bitch. I don't give a fizzity fuck. You got a lizardy luck. If you run into my team, you better dizzity duck. I start a war and let it run. The mother clizzity muck. You stupid chicken ass bitches talk the clizzity cluck. I eat regardless. Can't nobody tell me how I'm living. I'm the turkey at the table on the no fucks given. Bitch, I'm moving silence. I drip thick. Call me honey, doing numbers in my head, making moves on the dummies. Dummy check a 5 beats with the big drummies. Ass fat, titty sitting high with a little tummy. My name is Cree Adu, cause I do this, I do that. You new bitch and old rat, I'm still slick. The same cat, Tom and Jerry. Now you bitches scary. She waiting for me cause she know I pop that little cherry. I talk big shit cause I play a big game. And I don't give a fuck about you motherfucking lames. Snotty nose bitch, stay up in your fucking lane. I blow your nose trick with a clip if you can't. Cause I
don't give no fucks about you. I don't give no fucks about you. I don't give no fucks about you. I don't give no fucks about you. I don't give no fucks about you. I don't give no fucks about you. I don't give no fucks about you. I don't give no fucks about you. Oh, oh, oh. About you. I don't give no fucks
Yeah.
about you.
Dope show tonight. Cree Adu in the building. I'm definitely rocking with her music.
So sorry, you guys. My whole building just randomly lost power.
Oh, nah, you good. We
Everything.
good. And
But
yo,
yeah, that's
I
just
jumped into your video, the IDGAF, because I figured you'd jump back on. So they just played that.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
All right, okay. So yeah, I was saying, yo, talented artist,
Thank you.
actress, filmmaker, songwriter, foundation for the youth, media. You do a lot, yo. But again, for those that checked out the video, checked out this podcast today, we want to thank y'all for watching.
Thank you guys, for real.
I encourage y'all to follow Cree Adu.
Thank you.
The name is on the you can see it at the bottom down there. Hey yo, and I throw it to you. Any last words? Because you got a lot of people in the comments. You got a lot of your people that's supporting you on the show. So if you
I just want to give a big shout out to DDP. I love you guys. I want to give a big shout out to my best friend Leah. You are the best person in the world. I want to give a shout out to my daddy. This is my first interview, y'all. That's why I'm doing all of that. And I just want to say thank you for everyone for supporting me. Give a big shout out to G Money. That's my number one. That's my number one stunner. And I love all of you guys so much. And I support y'all. I really do. I be going hard for y'all. So I just need a little faith the size of a mustard seed. I can move a mountain.
Yeah,
love y'all.
You're definitely going to do it, yo. And I appreciate you. And I look forward to having you back. This
Definitely.
was the Proof in the Pudding podcast. I'm Sion 919. This is Cree Adu. And we thank everybody for watching tonight.
Peace.